What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a comparison review of the Iron Neck 3.0 Pro model and the Iron Neck 2.0 Pro model. I'll give you my thoughts, how I feel this one compares to the older model, and what you should do as far as picking one up. So let's get into it. So guys, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I've done a pretty extensive review on the 2.0 model, 2.0 Pro, and this is the 3.0 Pro. Now, the Pro model has the little variable resistance dial here, and that's consistent between the two models here, but it's a little bit different design. So I want to take you through that and just give you some insights into what are some kind of the main differences between these two. So I've used the 2.0 extensively. It's a great device. It does a fantastic job for neck strengthening. But as you know, things happen, companies make improvements, and the 3.0 is kind of a evolution or improvement on this 2.0 model. So let's talk about some of the differences. Let's start with the 3.0 and then we'll kind of compare that to the 2.0. So with the 3.0 now, what we're looking at, we have a little bit of a different design here. So the track that this little resistance dial that allows for the rotational resistance is actually internal as compared to the external. So what I mean by that is it's kind of in this little groove here, where this on the 2.0 model, it kind of sits on the outside of here, and that's the track is on the outside here of the device. So that's one difference. So this is actually a nice design change just because it makes the device a little smaller circumference wise, but also it makes it lighter. And per the website, I believe that the Iron Neck 3.0 is about 33% lighter than the 2.0, and I think that's actually a very important thing, because when you're wearing this device, if it's heavier, you know, putting some pressure on your head, it's just not as comfortable. So I think having a little bit of lighter model, a little bit lighter design is actually very beneficial. So there are some other little changes, and one is, you know, the little bit of design and the cushioning here on the front forehead pad, and also this is almost like a little bit of like a matte finish on the back part, which is like the inflatable part of the Iron Neck. So that is also something that's changed. And then they changed the little variable dial. So now it's got this little haptic feedback, which I think is nice, because with the older model, the 2.0, it was hard to kind of get, unless you leave the same resistance on here, it's kind of hard to get the consistent resistance. I mean, you're kind of going based on feel, and I don't know how accurate this would be, but with the 3.0, you could actually, like, maybe you start with completely loose and then just give it like 2 clicks or 3 clicks, and you can be consistent with how many clicks you use. But it also has a little bit of a nicer feel. It's got the little sound, little haptic kind of feedback, so that's kind of cool as well. But trying these on, I'll try them on in a second. I'll compare the two, and I'll see if the rotational resistance feels any different or not. Some other design changes or improvements per the Iron Neck website is they said kind of the little bladder here, the air compartment here, it said it fills up a little more fully, so it kind of gives you a little bit of a better fit there as well. But other than that, this thing just looks nicer. It looks a little bit more premium, I would say. You know, it's got like the little Iron Neck logo right there. So it's a nice device, but like, again, I've been very happy with the 2.0, but it's a nice improvement, nice change. Let's see how it feels. So let's start with the 2.0 here. So we're gonna get a nice little chin tuck. We'll just do some rotation, which is this isometric rotation, which I really like. One of my favorite little exercises to kind of warm up. You can feel some of the muscles kind of get recruited as you're turning. You know, doing some movement with it. Again, I'm just moving my torso, not really moving my neck so much. And then my favorite thing that I feel like this thing does really well is the rotational resistance, which I feel is awesome, which I enjoy doing. It's very unique. You know, that's the one thing I say about Iron Neck is they've kind of got this rotational component dialed in, get it? But the rotational component is really nice. I haven't seen anything any device on the market, even the harnesses can't really replicate this rotational resistance. It's just very unique and it's easy to use. So I've kind of been a fan of these. It's something I don't mind prescribing to my clients and giving it to people that I work with just because I feel like it does a good job and it's very easy to use. Now we're gonna put on the Iron Neck 3.0 Pro model. So again, here's a 3.0, and once again, just doing some of the basic movements here. It feels good, you know, adjusting the resistance dial is pretty easy. I don't feel a ton of I feel like maybe it's a little smoother, but I feel like the resistance is pretty equal as far as how it feels with the rotation. The fit, I kind of feel like the fit's a little nicer just because it's not so big out here. I mean, there is a little wiggle room, there usually is, but I do feel like the fit's pretty nice. Maybe a little bit better fit, but it is pretty comfortable. The other one's comfortable as well. But I do feel like this is definitely an improvement, a little bit of a nicer model. I think one of my favorite things or my favorite feature is that it's lighter. I think it being lighter is actually awesome. And then I do like this little tension wheel. I think it's pretty cool and it feels kind of comfortable. It feels like it's pretty easy to adjust and it's a little more comfortable to adjust the way it's positioned. So I've spent a lot of time with the Iron Neck 2.0 model and I love this thing. It's a great device and it works excellent. So if you currently own the 2.0, hang on to it, keep using it. It's a great piece of equipment. The 3.0 is a nice improvement. I mean, they've just kind of made it a little bit of a cleaner, nicer looking device. It just looks a little more premium. You know, I like the finish on it. I like the way that they've made some of these adjustments, the tension wheel, the smaller form of it, and also the lighter weight I think is really excellent. They both do a good job. The resistance, the rotational resistance felt good on both. If you're someone that's looking to begin neck strengthening, I think there's a lot of value in neck strengthening, whether it's for reduction of injuries, for decreasing risk of concussions. If you're an athlete and you do a combat sport or even football, decreasing risk of concussions through neck strengthening is very important, very useful. I think that Iron Neck, what they do really, really well and uniquely is the rotational resistance component. So I think that if you're getting into the space and you want to start strengthening your neck, I think the Iron Neck 3.0 is a great device to use. If you already own a 2.0, keep using it, it's awesome. But if you don't own one yet and you want to get into strengthening your neck, I think the 3.0 is definitely the way to go. So guys, this thing's awesome. You want to pick one up, I've got a discount code below. Check that out and you get a little bit of money off of one of these devices. It'll help you out. And so that's it for me, guys. And if you have any questions, send me a comment down below. But that's my review and my thoughts on the Iron Neck 2.0 and 3.0. Talk to you guys next time.